What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. This is, of course, the Trust the Bank podcast. Myself, Joshua. This is between week 4 and week 5. Ravens recently lost to the Buffalo Bills. We will be talking all about that. We'll be answering your guys' questions. We will be getting into a preview, if we have time for it, of the Ravens-Bengals primetime matchup. Now, the best part about this game against the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm going to say initially, is it is going to be a primetime game, which means the pregame show, there won't be any football on during that. So we'll go live probably right when the final 4 p.m. game ends. We'll go live until the Ravens game starts. Then after the Ravens game, there's nothing keeping us, from going as long as we want. There's not going to be other games to watch and things like that. So super excited for that. Make sure to come back for that. But Joshua, it's been a few days. When you're looking back at this loss, you're looking back at John Harbaugh's decision. What stands out? What are you thinking about this loss to the Ravens, or for the Ravens to the Bills?
Well, I'll say this. When it comes to the Buffalo Bills and that Baltimore Ravens game, 2 things that stood out to me the most. One, we had the lead, but in the second half, like we lost the drive, we lost the fire. It's almost like we played conservative, just like, okay, we had the lead, let's maintain it. 2, even though defense is maybe ranked 30th, right now in the NFL, but they held that powerful Buffalo Bills offense to 23 points. I mean, that's saying a lot. I know some of the guys were a little injured coming back from injury and stuff like that. But being able to, hold a high power offense like the Buffalo Bills to 23 points, that says a lot. The defense can come alive. They can make those stops. Thing is, in today's league, you got to continue making points. We said it in the pregame press in a pregame live stream that with the Buffalo Bills, you cannot leave no points unscathed when it comes to those guys. You got to take whatever, safety, field goal, touchdown, whatever, 2-point conversion if need to be. Take all the points you can, because if you give them the chance, they will fight back. They will get themselves back in the game, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when I'm thinking about that game is the amount of people that are complaining about the Ravens defense. What do you want from them? They held the Bills to 23 points. This is the best offense in the NFL. Now, you can argue other teams. I know the Lions are statistically the best, but the Bills have played against really good defenses almost every single week, and they've still been able to put up points. They're very difficult to stop. And you held them to 23 points. You should expect to win a game against the Buffalo Bills if you hold them to 23 points when you have an offense like the Baltimore Ravens. All right, like that is the expectation, and they did their job. Do people want them to go out there and just say, oh, yeah, why don't you have us completely shut them down, the entire game, don't let them get a touchdown drive? They had, what, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns? That is a very good defensive performance from the Baltimore Ravens right there. And so the amount of people that are looking back at that and complaining about the Ravens defense, don't blame them. Too many people are calling out Mike McDonald. Oh, you let them drive down the field. It's the Buffalo Bills. You want to beat them, you don't let them have the ball at the end of the game. That is how you beat them. Or you at least have a lead when, you give them the ball at the end of the game. But like the thing about it is second half, they get the ball, Ravens throw an interception. Then the Ravens throw another interception.
Yep.
They had potential for shorter drives, and the Ravens were able to stop them, right? Like Lamar throws the interception on the batted ball. Ravens defense forces a 3-and-out. Odafe Oweh gets the big sack on 3rd down. And like that was huge. Those are the defensive stops that you need to win this type of game. Then the Ravens get the ball back with, like, the Ravens did their job. Like, Ravens defense, they get the ball back with 13 minutes left in the game in a tie game. And they're like, okay, we're doing our job. And the Ravens, unfortunately, don't put up points. And they took up so much time not putting up points, it didn't give them an opportunity to get the ball back. When the Bills get the ball, you have to expect them to score, and you have to be happy with your defense is able to get stops. And in this game, the Bills had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drives without scores, multiple turnovers, multiple punts. Bills don't punt. That is a rare thing for the Buffalo Bills. I think it was like the third time they punted all year. Was the first punt that they had in the game. It was like, the Bills don't punt. They go for it on fourth down. They don't punt the ball. The Ravens defense did their job. And unfortunately, the offense didn't. And you can say Harbaugh didn't, with the special teams, shenanigans, and by shenanigans, I mean lack of special teams because he didn't want to use them. But, I mean, oh, well, you gave up a drive to the Buffalo Bills. I don't know of anybody that was looking at that drive and went, yeah, we got this stop. I saw Bills get the ball back, and I was like, yep, that's over. They're going to drive this ball down. Ravens don't have enough timeouts because John Harbaugh used it on a bad challenge.
What was that play again?
Yeah, so Lamar Jackson was running to the left side, and he tried to extend the ball for the first down. But it's like that's one of those plays you don't have the angle to tell.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
Because it's just like the problem with that play is like, could Lamar Jackson have gotten that first down? It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's where the ball goes out of bounds. So, like, when Lamar Jackson's foot steps out of bounds, it's like, oh, yeah, the ball's in front of the first down marker. But there's no angle showing when the ball crosses the plane of the out of bounds to tell, was it a yard short or did he get it in? There was no possible way of telling. And even, I don't know the name of the CBS affiliate referee that came on, and he was like, yeah, these are almost never overturned because it's just too hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And John Harbaugh, he just seems like that was the other. I never talked about this. It was like, why are you making that challenge? John Harbaugh way too often throws challenge flags at things that are too difficult to overturn. Where it's situations where it's like, oh yeah, I think that could be overturned if you have every possible angle to show it. But the NFL doesn't have that. It's not soccer where they have the technology where they're like, this is the exact shape of the ball versus the goal. We know exactly if it went in or not. We don't have that. We've got like 4 views, and none of them are down the line or down the sideline. Exactly. We got the pylon, and that's about it. That's the only line cam is the pylon cam. There should be a first down cam.
That's analytic. That's the analytics for us.
Yeah, analytics. But the other thing is the offense. Yeah. How do you feel about this offense? They didn't score any points in the second half, but they moved the ball when they needed to. Lamar Jackson was fantastic in the second half. The batted ball obviously sucks. But when do you think about it? First drive coming out of the half, they go out and they go false start, incomplete. What do you think about that? This is 3 and out.
It was like, granted, the weather wasn't the best. So almost everybody wasn't doing their best, especially in the passing game. But still, the running game was looking a little bit more, looking a little bit more of a positive impact with J.K. Dobbins. I know Justice Hill pulled his hamstring and everything, but I know we still have Mike Davis available and things of that nature. So I mean, that offense in the second half, it just was missing that element of explosiveness. We just wasn't, getting things moving like how we were. The last 2 games, they were still scoring the ball in the second half. Yeah, we may have not won, but at least we still scored. This game, I don't know if they want to just, call it the weather, bad execution. And I didn't understand all the penalties amongst the offensive line. Is like, now I know we lost last week, but we ain't had that many calls. What's going on? These guys, I know we got Von Miller. I know Russo's on that other side. I know they got Poyer and Darwin and all them other guys that could be a little intimidating. But dang, we didn't. Excuse me, we done played against some intimidating guys. What's going on? Why are we having all these miscues? And then we having miscues from the veterans. Like, come on now, we got to tighten up. So I mean, it's almost like all around we play giveaway, and you can't keep on getting in front of the press and talk about we all around made a bad performance. No, Gregory Roman, I would say in the second half he made bad play calls in the second half. And also, we didn't the offense when given the plays, they didn't execute to their fullest, to the best of abilities. So I mean, so the offense that was on the field plus the play calling, they both need a share of blame as well. So I mean, if in order to beat the Bengals, you have to. There's another team. You have to continue scoring. If you're up in the first half, keep doing what puts you in the lead and keep it going in the second half. You can't stop. How many times have we said it? Keep the foot on the gas. When you always want to try to go in slow mode or want to try to put it in autopilot, what happens? We end up got to take over the wheel, and then we're losing it. We can't keep doing that. In this type of league, it ain't. Y'all can be friends after the game. Friends after it hit 0-0. Put as many points up on the board because teams like Buffalo, the Bengals, heck, we can even throw the Steelers in there, even though Kenny Pickett is starting. The Browns are looking pretty decent with Jacoby Brisket, and they had the best, arguably the best running back duo in the league with with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So they're putting up points too. So, when we play against those teams, we had to continue to score. We had to continue stacking up on our lead. So all this, hey, we're up by 2 touchdowns. Let's come back in the second half, run the ball, and only take up 3-4 minutes of the clock. No, that's not going to work. Go back to doing what you was doing. Move that ball methodically down the field. Make the touchdown. Make the field goal. Give your defense a breather. So when it's time for them to get back on the field, they feel more rejuvenated to get us a stop or maybe even a turnover so we can get the ball and make some more points.
The foot on the gas is not the Ravens' way. And something that I thought was so frustrating was Bateman wasn't playing in the second half.
Yeah.
But because of the injury. And someone asked Harbaugh about it, and they said, hey, was that because of injury or was that because of the drops or his play? And Harbaugh goes, I don't know. How do you not know why your best wide receiver is not on the field? So it had to have been Greg Roman. I mean, why wasn't he out? Why was Harbaugh not aware of it? It makes no sense why Rashad Bateman's not out there. With Rashad Bateman out, that ruins the pass game because Duvernay's not a one. Duvernay can't get open on his own. I like Duvernay. He's a good 2. But he's not cooking guys. Bateman is the guy that can get open. Bateman was the guy that made the diving catch, on a big play. So it's like without Bateman, it becomes stop Mark Andrews at all costs, and it's going to work out. That's what they ended up doing.
Yep.
And they were able to continue with the 4-man pass rush. Because that's the thing is Duvernay's great against the blitz. Because against the blitz, he's running a short route. He's faster than the other guy's able to get open. But the Bills don't blitz. So when Duvernay runs a route, there's always a guy covering in every spot. So it's harder for him to be able to get open. But